Hi, this is Roger, thanks for dropping by. In the middle of watering my normal pots, about halfway round. Got to my top shelf over here and got the beastie down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So all 5 new growths have now got a spike, and there was no sign of them last time this was watered, which was 9 days ago. Now this one is going to be an exception to the rule because it's such a large plant, and when I got it, it was in bloom, so I know what sort of size these spikes are going to get before the blooms open. This is going to have to be staked, and it's going to have to be staked not yet, because basically the spikes at the moment are pointing absolutely upright, but they're going to have to be held in place. I can't let them arch away from the plant because it'll take up this whole shelf, which I can't have. So I'm going to have to keep them bolt upright. And if I start the stakes early, then in theory the buds will form with the upright aspect, and they'll still be facing nicely towards us and not upside down and sideways and all that sort of stuff, which is what happens if you stake late. So 5 flipping great stakes to go and find, because they'll need to be big stakes. You know, these spikes are going to be at least 2 feet long, 2/3 of a metre, something like that, possibly longer, I don't know. The spikes it had on it last time were on the previous year's growths, obviously, and I've now grown on 5 new growths. So this plant is now nearly twice as big. So it could produce longer spikes with more blooms on. I don't know. I'll have to wait and see. Anyway, 5 spikes. That's quite something. And the next thing I'm going to have to do is get these sheaths off, because having just watered it, the water's sitting in there, yeah, and it's not running out. So the base of the spike is wet, and I need that to dry. So I'm going to have to take that down off the shelf before I put it back in its proper position and get those sheaths off. Whether I have to use scissors or whether they will just pull off, I don't know, but I need the base of the spikes out of a puddle of water, and that's got to be done. And then we'll watch the progress on these. I'm going to take great delight in updating my notes and actually saying that this one's in bud. I might even put a date on it so that I know for future reference how long it takes from the point the spikes start to the point the first bloom opens. Might be worth knowing on something like this. But at the rate of knots these spikes have started, I suspect they're going to progress quite quickly. We shall see. Anyway, the first of the large Oncidium types, albeit a Brassia, is still Oncidium Alliance. That's the first of this season's larger spikes from the larger plants. Good stuff.